Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the post midnight launch guild meeting for the Hand of Salvation on Thrall. Uh, Hi, and just thanks for coming. Glad to see some familiar faces here. But those who are new, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Rylas, the guild master and raid leader of Hand of Salvation. And joining me, of course, as always, is Sengetsu, officer and guild recruiter, who's been helping me lead for many, many years. So together we're going to be diving into important topics in this meeting. So everybody's like familiarized with us, the guild, the current state of affairs, plans going into Midnight Season 1, all that good stuff. And I did mention before, the meeting is going to be recorded for those who are unable to attend. And if you want to watch this meeting again, the video will be posted shortly in the Salvation Videos channel on our Discord, so probably within the next day or so. We'll also have a Q&A session at the end of the meeting. So if you have any questions related to our discussions, or if there's something important that we missed, please send a DM in Discord to myself or Zangetsu at any point during the meeting. And we're here to address any concerns and ensure everyone is well informed. So we are going to be taking notes of these things and just making sure to address it near the end. Now, before we get into it, I want to explain my current situation as it stands. I know some of you may have no idea who I am just yet, and some already know my situation if you were here for the pre-midnight launch guild meeting. So I've been the main person handling a family situation that came up in the second half of last year. So it's affected my availability to be in the game to a degree. And I do want to let everyone know that I'm still very much committed to leading for the next expansion, and that I'm usually only just a Discord message away if needed for anything. Zangetsu has been helping me lead the guild for years, and while we don't agree on everything, we both know the main goals that we want for the guild, and it drives the decisions that we make for all the different aspects here. So please don't hesitate to also reach out to him if I'm not available for certain topics as well. With all that being said, getting back to the topic at hand, I want to take a bit to give you guys a bit of a history about us, the current state, and the talking points that Getsu and I are going to go over with you. I know a bunch of you guys have already heard these things many times before, but we have all sorts of new people, so you guys know the deal. Hand of Salvation was established in 2007 as Salvation. We were originally a Horde raiding guild on Cenarian Circle, US Realm. But since 2022, we relocated to the Thrall server, and we're now active as the Horde Raiding Guild here. It's been led by me since we started it over 18 years ago. Can you believe that? And we have hit ahead of the curve with every raid tier for multiple expansions, like all the way since that achievement was introduced. We did some mythic, like technically quote unquote mythic Siege of Orgrimmar. That's the first raid that mythic came out, so we did clear that whole thing in that pre-patch though. We did like 11 out of 13 Hellfire Citadel. Like we can get up there, but it's not something super crazy. But it's something that I'm proud of, and that was with me leading it, and so we want to do that. Just we want to make sure that we're always kind of like pushing ourselves, not too crazy, but doing what is achievable. But right now we're currently working on rebolstering our guild roster with active members, getting our guild bank stocked, preparing information to share with you all for the start of the first season. And with that in mind, I just want to let you guys know that we're striving to make the Hose, the Hand of Salvation, a great guild to be in, whether you enjoy raiding, Mythic Plus, or any other WoW related activities. We welcome everyone, as it helps make us look like a much more lively guild to be in. We want to invite people just to have a competitive yet friendly and fun atmosphere. There's a lot of personalities and people of different backgrounds, beliefs, etc. And it's our hope to have everyone find a commonality like that in the game we play and whatever activities this game provides to be done together and shared as a guild. It does give the feeling of being a part of something that's more than yourself. And I want you guys to take pride in being amongst the ranks of one of the oldest guilds around. And so this meeting, just some talking points that we're going to be going over in the meeting. We have things like the roster and the state of recruitment. We're going to be talking about like the ranks, the Discord roles, signing roles, refresher on our loot system and rules, the return of the raffle. Some of the old heads might remember. We're going to be talking about guild bank, crafting professions, weekly to-dos, expectations, item level requirement for raid order, all that stuff, normal, heroic, blah, blah, blah. the Q&A, and of course the guild picture as always to wrap it up. So with that, I'm now going to pass it on to Zangetsu to talk about the roster and recruitment.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear
Okay, good. My little thing's not going on. Hello, everyone. I am Zangetsu, one of the officers and guild recruiter of Salvation. I've been with Mike Rylas ever since I can, man, probably like Frozen Throne or probably Cataclysm is when I first started with you,
you.
and
Yeah, yeah, long time, long time.
and here we are doing this for a very long time. Um, so just to get into it, into the recruitment and roster situation of the guild, right now, as it stands, if you guys go to the spreadsheet in the hashtag spreadsheets channel, the first link, you'll see everybody there. Basically, that is the hard locked roster that we're gonna have going into season one. Currently, right now we have 28 players on the roster. I'll still be on the hunt for two more players, and we're also gonna have probably two more players that are gonna be MIA for the start of day one. Um, First off, Chuck N, one of our shamans, he's away for I think it's a vacation, and he already had the tickets and he can't get out of it, unfortunately. So he won't be back until the end of the month. And then we had another guildie, Safi, who was our DK, had a real life situation happening, and he's probably gonna miss the first season, from what I was told earlier in some private DMs. Um, Other than that, we're still going to still go in there strong with probably 26, 27 people, and I will still try to keep recruiting to fill up the raid roster all the way up to 30 whenever I can. Um, but yeah, currently I'm on the hunt for probably another DPS DK and maybe another rogue or paladin, red paladin. It's just to give you an idea of what I'm looking for. So if anyone has any friends that need a guild, come through. Refer them to me or to Rylas, and they can fill out a Discord app. On the Discord, we have a application section on the Discord in the greetings section. They can sign up there, or just refer them to me on my Discord in the DM or Rylas. Um, and as far as recruiting goes, I'm doing this on the forums. I'm going through many Discords, and I'm just on the hunt for whoever I can to come join us on our adventures. And speaking of
you.
Discord, I will leave Rylas to discuss the ranks, Discord roles, assigning roles, etc.
Yeah, yeah. So, inside the game, you're going to see that there's a bunch of different ranks, and you're probably like, what does all this mean? What I want to let you guys know is don't even sweat it. It's nothing too crazy. It's just a little bit, so it can make it easier for us on the back end to see, I guess, an administrative thing, if you will. So, just to really sum it up in game, the different ranks just have different guild bank access. That's the long and short of it. If you just joined the guild, you immediately get promoted to the disciple rank, because the pagan rank, that's like the we don't know who you are, we don't trust if you're gonna do anything to the bank. I don't know anything about you. Make sure that when you are inviting your alts or other new mains, some friends to the guild, put it in the player note just so we know who they are. Put main, or if they're a null or whatever. We'll tidy it up if you didn't do like the same format that we have it. But that's basically it. So everybody gets bumped up to disciple. If you are playing the game and you are at least one level into the expansion, you get moved up to priest rank. That just basically means like that's the main member of the guild. If you are designated as a raider, those main characters that you're raiding on, those are what's at the bishop role. So all your alts are going to be priests, but the character that you're rating on, that's the bishop role. So that's the in-game stuff. Everything else is like officers. Cardinals, architect is me. I'm the architect. In Discord, however, it's slightly different. We just make it even shorter. If you're in the guild, if you have at least one character in the guild, even if you take all your other characters out, as long as you have one character in the guild, priest role. That's just so you can get pinged for anything that we want all the guildies to know. That's the priest role. You're a member, boom, there you go. If you're a raider, you also have the bishop role. And so obviously people can have several roles at once in Discord. It works differently than like in game. So we can use the priest role to ping all the guildies if we need them, everyone to know stuff. But if we want just the raiders to know things, or like for the signups and stuff like that, you're gonna get the bishop role, and that just means it shows up in yellow in Discord. Many of you guys, I think all of you guys are yellow. That just means that you are designated as a raider, and so you get those raider specific pings. Uh, I want you guys to know in Discord that we have an assign roles channel. A lot of you guys have probably not noticed it. Um, if you go in this and you got to scroll down a little bit, Salvation War Room, there's assign roles, and just make sure that everything that you have is lined up properly. So the first one is profession roles. If you, it doesn't have to just be your main either. If you are okay with getting pinged for specific professions that you have across all your different characters, please make sure to do a role react to each of those professions that you're okay with getting pinged for in the crafters table channel. Some of you guys probably like, I didn't sign up for this, but I got pinged. Zangetsu kind of he went and manually added some of these to you. If you do not want that role, you probably have to select the role reaction and then unselect it, and it'll remove it from you. But if you're okay with it, you can just leave it on, or just make sure that the role reaction is selected. So we also have that for the looking for role. So we have a LFG chat. If you're trying to do things with guildies, whether it's like old school raids or dungeons or whatever the case is, delves, we have an LFG chat, and you can just make sure that you select if you're a tank, healer, DPS. And once again, it doesn't have to be limited by your main. If you have all of those roles across your alts and stuff, feel free to select those all. So when someone's looking like, hey, I just need an at tank, you could literally ping at tank, and hopefully one of them will respond. Now, I will say that a lot of our guildies are players that have a lot of like real life commitments and everything like that. So on off raid nights, it might be a little tough to see some people online. The guild might look a little less lively. But what I would recommend that you do is you let people know in advance, give them, hours in advance or a day or so in advance. And you could say like, hey, at tank, at healer, I'm gonna need one of you guys for the next day, or tonight, if any of you guys can join me for a thing. So in that way, those people that do have all those other real life commitments, they can actually kind of carve some time out, because a lot of people, they're super willing to hop on. It's just that they don't know like when everybody else is going to be on as well. But if you let them know ahead of time, they will actually hop on. I've used them in the past myself. I've seen it. I've also responded to people that have given advance notice. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, they're going to do it at that time. I'll make sure to make myself available for that time. So that's the that role. And then we also have another one, the host live streaming. So we actually do have several guildies that do stream. And if you'd like to show support for them, go ahead and select that host live streaming reaction. And so that way, when they go live, you can just, you get like a little ping and you can go and watch their stream. If you are a streamer, please let us know and we can make sure to configure it. So that way, when you do go live, it does post that message in the correct channel. So that is the assigned roles channel. Yeah, the live stream supporter and all that. What else? Oh, I do want to let you guys know that as we are preparing for this first raid, we have the resources channel, the resources section, right? It's in the raider section in Discord. So we have resources channel, and that's going to have like all the new boss guides and any kind of information that we think is pertinent to the raiders and the raid team. So keep an eye out on that. We're going to be updating that throughout the week, so that way you can make sure that you have the appropriate guides and videos to help point you in the right direction for the first raid. We also have the class discords there. Every class has a community discord. Feel free to just go in there, take a look at what people of your spec are doing and saying, and help you optimize a little bit more. We also have the logs channel. It does exactly what it says. When we're raiding, we have the Warcraft logs going. You can make sure that you click there. If you don't see it posted at the start of the raid, just remind me. Sometimes I forget to have the live log going. I might post it after the raid, like if we kill the boss already, because I don't like having it show missing a boss, you know what I mean? But I do have the log. I just need to upload it manually. But that's that whole raider section. And since we're talking about raids a little bit, I'm going to pass it on back to Zangetsu, who I normally do this part, but I'm going to have Zangetsu do it this time. We're going to be talking about the raid loot. This is the juicy bit. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna get all the loot. That's it. Anyways,
Yeah.
no. So, so we largely, I think I spoke to the new people here about it a little bit. Maybe not all you, but everyone who's been with us for a while know the deal. We largely use need before greed to hand out loot. That being said, I'm just going to talk about the intricacies as we try to spread the loot around. So kind of like the TLDR is like, let's say a piece of loot drops and it's a male piece. Anyone that needs that piece is going to roll need, no matter what. Just keep rolling need, and if you have one, two items at any given time throughout the night, still keep rolling need, because sometimes there's that one piece of loot that drops and no one needs it, but you need it. Hey, you have an opportunity to win a third piece of loot. That's great. And even if another one drops and you need that, keep needing. But let's say someone needs as well, and they haven't won anything or only won one piece of loot. Before you equip it and everything, just let's make sure that anyone else who has rolled need has the opportunity to get it. And if they have only one piece of loot and you already won two or three pieces in the night, we'll ask you to trade that piece over to them, so that way we can spread out the loot and it's fair. A player can win an item for a main spec twice a night. Yeah, that's what I talked about. Um, and if you need an off spec, hitting need will let the game automatically consider it as a roll for off spec for a main, which doesn't count towards the two main spec items that you were actually rolling on. So if you know that piece is an off spec piece, it'll just go through all the persons that do the need first, and if they don't need it, then you can probably get it because no one needs it. Hitting transmog is perfectly fine otherwise. If you don't need an item, don't hit greed. We'd like you to pass so we can disenchant the item if it makes it that far for the guild bank to help provide for us for the mats and enchants for the guild. And speaking of probably items that are probably BOEs or probably crafting schematics or those things, I think Raleigh is gonna explain to you guys about the return of the raffle.
Yeah. All right. So, just to reiterate what you're saying, yeah, just keep rolling need. Keep rolling need. You win two items, uncontested. Boom. If there's a third item, still hit need on it. Sometimes nobody else even needs it, or nobody else can even use it. A warglaive, and then whatever. There's a warglaive, and that's gonna be your third one. You're a demon hunter. Nobody else can use it. Boom, that's yours. So, but we are all a guild. We're trying to do this together. So we haven't really had like loot drama or anything like that. We're doing this together. So please, just we're spreading it out like that. You can still win two items. And once again, this is per raid night, not per raid week. So if you're super lucky, you can get two items on Tuesday, two items on Thursday, and it's fine. Everybody else, we're gonna be chill because once again, we're a guild. If you don't get it this time, you get it next time. It's okay. There's so many items from Mythic Plus, all sorts of other sources of loot and gear and all that stuff. So it's okay. We're just doing it together. It's fine. But yeah, to talk about the raffle here, right? So with only some recipe exceptions, these recipes and BOEs are gonna largely go to the guild bank, and they're gonna get posted for guildies to potentially win the item by raffle. So any recipe, any BOEs that are looted, you're gonna pass it to Rylas or Zangetsu. And how it works is that we are gonna look at the auction house value for the item. What in the world? Oh, sorry, I got distracted by Alex Straza. Let's just turn off this sound here. So, the way that it works with the raffle is we look at the auction house value of the item, and each ticket is 1,000 gold, right? So let's say an item is 100,000 gold on the auction house. We need to generate 100 tickets by the guildies in 24 hours. If we do not, the guild is gonna put it in the auction house and sell it right there. If we do, it doesn't have to be just that. You can, the guild can raise even more money than that. It has to be 100% of the auction house value, by the way. We used to do it cheaper and we ran out of money. So 100% of the auction house value in ticket. And then if we do not generate that much, the guild will auction it itself. So let's say person A puts in 40 tickets for a 100,000 gold item. 40 tickets, right? So that's 40,000 gold. That's person A. Person B puts 50 tickets. They put 50,000 gold, and nobody else enters. That's only 90,000 gold. So what we would do at that point, we would refund those players and then put on the auction house ourselves. Now, let's say in that situation, a third person, player C, drops 20,000 gold, and so they have their 20 tickets or whatever. So now we have over the 100,000 that we asked for minimum. We do a spin the wheel thing. We have the bot in Discord. You can probably see it's like it literally does this, just does that. So we enter in all the names, the amount of tickets that they have, and it rolls, and everybody can see publicly who won. So if you're lucky, you can get a great item at a steal. In that example, person C, let's say they won, they only got put in 20 tickets. They made a huge profit if they want to sell it, like that. Uh, I can always reiterate this later on when the thing happens. Now, the reason why all these BOEs and recipes are being sold by the guild bank, and you might be like, oh, what the heck? I looted it. I should get it. I should. We can always have a discussion after the raid if you really truly feel that you have a legitimate reason to have the item. But we do this to generate funds because the guild bank provides everything the raid will need for free. So it's going to be free gems, free enchants, free oil, free Vantage room, free flash cauldron, potion cauldron. Um, what else am I forgetting? Oil speed, blah blah. All that stuff. Leg armors, spell thread, free, 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 free. And all you have to do is just withdraw it, make sure it's on your gear, and we generate those funds just from the BOEs, the recipes, and any contributions that guildies make. Hopefully, you guys feel generous. You want to give us ore, herbs, all that stuff. It really goes a long way, and thank you very much. Now, oh, I also want to mention that we have pinned messages in the crafters table channel in Discord. Please take a look if you are interested in helping the guild with all of our production needs. It takes a lot of people and a lot of effort to try and make sure. But with the way that professions work now, is if each person spends their knowledge points into a specific tree, we can actually kind of spread the weight of the burden, I guess. Person A makes this, person B makes that, and we kind of like pass them along like an assembly line, and each person is very proficient at making certain things, and we can make sure that we have everything that we need for the guild in this raid. And so I want to send it over to Zangetsu to talk about like some of the things that we are expecting the players to do and some things to keep in mind as you're going through your weekly playtime.
So for those who have been playing for throughout the week one of the preseason, you guys have been doing your thing. Good job. Um, So, like the weekly to dos that we'll still have left to do for the rest of the season, this is like the last week before actually the season begins. You gotta cap your delves if you haven't capped it already. They go up to tier 7. You have normal and hard mode prey system that they had, the new system that they're doing. Try to do both hard at the same time so you get the veteran gear. Don't do the normal then hard. Probably in the beginnings, if you didn't do it before, they're probably going to make you do normal then hard. So you lost out probably on one extra veteran piece. But for those who did the praise last week, you just do 2 hard modes this week and you get 2 pieces of veteran gear. There's still your M0s to get. They also drop veteran gear, 240 item level. For those who didn't get higher in the renown track, there's 4 pieces out there that are champion gear, 246. Each one 9 renown level 9 for Silver Moon, renown level 9 for Zulamon, I think 8 for Harandar, and 7 for the Singularity in Voidstorm. Get to those renowned levels, do a small quest that takes like probably 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and you get a piece of champion gear for your head.
Champion.
Yeah, for head, neck, trinket, and belt. I think that's right. And there's world quests out there that do drop 230 gear, adventure gear. So if you want to fill out those spots that are still 200 item level, there's still little world quests around that give 230 item level adventures, sometimes 220. And then your sparks. If you finish the campaign, you get a spark. If you've done it last week, there's a quest that you do with Lothamar, you got a spark. And now with Liadrin, we got our 3rd spark this week. Next week will be the 4th spark. And for those who are saving it, like myself, for a two-hander weapon, if you've been saving your sparks for a two-handed weapon for the season start, you'll be able to have a 259 weapon at the start of the season. Or if you're, one-handed, or you need to craft a piece, whatever Wowhead recommends you crafting first, I would check with Wowhead to make sure whatever your first crafted piece need is, go with that and make an informed decision based on what they tell you. And then when the season starts, we expect people to try to get their T11 bountifuls. That's heroic gear in your vault. The M plus Mythic plus 10 drops the myth track, and again the crafted sparks. Get your 259 weapon, and then nightmare mode for the prey system. I think it does champion gear. I think it does it. So there's many ways to get more item level as the season starts. But for now, if you're looking for an item level requirement that we would like for you guys to hit right now, minimum wise is 230. Some of you guys can get past that, maybe 235, maybe 240. It's possible to reach 240, but 230 to 235 is where we kind of want everyone to be once we start doing the raids. And
Totally doable.
yeah, it was just totally doable. I mean, without heroic and without mythic zeros, I got to 232 item level, so it's not that hard if you're trying to do the bare minimum. I kind of did the bare minimum without doing the M zeros over the weekend, but I got to 230 without doing anything like that. I just did the renowns, the world quests, then and the hard mode prey. And then as far as the raid order, this is not set in stone yet. Me and Rylas will try to make a decision on this once the season start gets closer. What we'd like the path of order to be for the raids, because there's 3 different raids. It's not all one raid where we can just go in and kill 9 bosses in one raid. This is separated between 3 different raids. Even though the last raid is coming out 2 weeks after. We'll have 2 at the start, 1 boss raid, and then 6 bosses for the Void Spire, and then 1 for the Dream Rift. I would like to start with the Dream Rift first, kill the 1 boss out of the way in normal, then go to the Void Spire, kill everything on the Void Spire, then switch to Heroic on the Void Spire, and then go back and finish the boss on Heroic in the Dream Rift. It's probably the pathway to do it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a big step up in normal mode. You gotta do like normal mode first on Void Spire and then go to that one and then go back. It's a lot of back and forth if it was that way. But I guess once things get closer, I don't know. What do you think, Rylas?
Yeah, we'll adjust it on the fly as the situation evolves. We'll do what's needed. So the situation's evolving, but I know that some people are like, where are we going first? Where are we going first? The answer is we kind of have an idea. We don't really know. We'll do just like that. So we'll do the single, go into the 6, and see how that plays. If not, then obviously we adjust on the fly.
Yeah, it's everything. Whole thing is so new, so we'll be learning all this together. We'll be making mistakes along the way, so it's gonna be fine. Live and learn.
Yeah. All right. We're nearing the end of it. So just make sure, once again, if you have any questions about things that we've discussed, send it into DMs to Zengetsu or to me, and we're actually typing them up just so we can make sure that we address them before the end of this meeting. But I do want to talk about some other kind of things here. So I know some of you guys have seen the WoW audit stuff, right? We did that's the second sheet in the spreadsheets channel. We also have the raid signups in the raid signups channel. For this first period of time, by the way, thank you guys, everybody, for connecting your accounts and doing that. It really helps out with the administrative work on the back end. It's populates information and all that stuff that I can use to help raid lead effectively on behind the scenes. Right now, the raid signups channel, I set it to show a new raid every 14 days in advance. I don't know exactly if I want that going forward. That means in the raid signups channel, once we're in the thick of things, you're going to see 4 raids listed. And I'm just a little bit concerned that might confuse people about which date that they think that they responded to and all that stuff. So I want to limit it to just two. So I'm actually going to adjust it right now. So you're probably going to get an extra ping. So right now it has the two raids because once again it's 14 days in advance. I'm going to just alter that into 7 days in advance. So there we go. So you're just going to see the one raid for um, next week Tuesday, and so on and so forth. Um, everything that you guys actually everything that you guys actually responded to will stay saved. It actually does remember it. So for this upcoming first week, you won't have to go and like adjust your response again. But you'll see it post later tonight. I think it waits like 1 minute after the raid ends. So 11:31 p.m. You're gonna see it pop up. You're gonna see a ping. Don't worry about it. All of you guys have already responded to it. It takes the information from the website, which you guys have already responded to. So it's gonna remember that. So don't worry about that. But yeah, I just want it to be 1 week in advance. I think 14 days, a little bit too much. Now, if you guys do forget to sign up, I have it currently set to send a DM reminder in Discord 36 hours in advance. I used to have it at 48 hours last expansion, but I was like, it's a little weird because if you forget to respond to the Thursday raid, you actually get pinged when the Tuesday raid starts. And, of course, there's a lot of stuff going on right at Tuesday raid start, so you probably miss it. So I put it to 36 hours in advance. But hopefully you guys remember to respond and you won't see too many of those DMs, reminder DMs. But the thing is that it's always better for you to respond as soon as you can because it helps us decide that if we are going to make adjustments for key roles missing or key buffs or key utilities for certain encounters. If you're not going to be there, then we can try and make some kind of contingency plan, whether it's looking for group or hitting up other players outside of the guild to help out with certain things and all that stuff. Um, but that is the sign up channel. I do also want to talk about how obviously it's just me and Zangetsu right now. I would like for another officer or two, and it's been like this for a while, but it's a little bit of a struggle to find the right fit. We need to make sure that we have a carve out a niche for you to help us out. But we're doing quite a bit like on the back end. I know you can't really see it. You guys just log in, you expect the raid to happen, but there's a lot of prep work that goes into that. So if you are an auction house goblin, hit me up. Or a quartermaster, you want to help manage the inventory of the things that we have and what's available in the bank for the raiders, and make sure that you're hitting up the correct people to make sure that certain things are crafted. That would save me a load of time on having to try and do that on my own. So that's one of the main things I'm looking for another officer. If any of you guys are interested in that or have that kind of skill set, let me know. But other than that, I think that. Wait, I wonder if I forgot anything. Zangetsu, did I forget anything? That's pretty much it.
No, that's about it.
Okay. I haven't gotten any questions for the Q&A, so and I don't think you have because I don't see anything written here. So let me just wrap this up. Closing, just speaking for the two of us. Can't wait to start the new season with everyone, making memories, tackling new content together, seeing where the story goes in Midnight, and growing together as a guild. Thank you guys for putting in the work. I see you guys putting in the work this last week, and and also helping out with the guild bank and all that stuff. I see you guys, so it's appreciated. It doesn't go unnoticed. So when you're donating and doing all that stuff, thank you so much. And let's just keep doing what we're doing together, and just to improve ourselves and all that stuff, because that helps to push the guild further as a whole to greater heights. And with that being said, that should wrap up the meeting. Thank you guys for coming through, and if you wouldn't mind, I would like to have us all stand together and take a guild picture to commemorate the moment. So please, let's line up. Let's have the sunwell behind us, and let's probably find the thickest part of this wedge here, and let's get a picture.
We're kind of fucking up this carrot for a second.
Oh man, someone put a turnip in the middle of the shot. Let's try and get a clear shot. Yeah, turnip in the back. All right, so Zengetsu and I are going to be in the center. If you guys can just fan out to the left and right of us, and make sure that you're close enough together, but not like too close, so that the names are overlapping. We want to make sure that we can see everyone's names in the picture.
Can you invite me?
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
now you
So
want to
now-
be part of the picture?
yeah, yeah.
I've been picking flowers this whole time.
We have
Do you know how
we
many
have 22
flowers
Were,
I've
were,
picked?
were they dainty?
only 21 in the
I don't
group.
know.
Who's not
Some of
here?
them's like got void and shit on them.
Which one of y'all not here in the
I'm
right
coming.
group?
I'm coming.
Yeah, it's 22 online and only 21 in the group.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Oh, it's real.
Figure out where y'all are at.
She's out there getting toxic flowers.
Yeah, somebody's got to craft these goddamn potions.
It's
Thank
true.
you.
It's true. All right, everybody
Yeah, you're
line.
welcome.
You're the best.
Some people on the right side. Can you move over to the left? I think we have a lot more.
Why do the names not come up? That's crazy.
That side, come on over to the left a little bit more. Hud's Pally. Yeah, yeah. Scooch on over. Left side looking empty with just Bree tie over there. I say left side facing the Sunwell. We're gonna face, so our backs are at the Sunwell. So just position yourselves. Then get to, hopefully you zoomed in enough to see people's names.
Yeah. One sec. Let me now take this out. I will see myself.
Can you read your name? Do I need to move over, or Avarkin maybe moves over a little bit?
Can we get rid of this? Yeah.
Okay. Vakrin. Wait, is that Vakrin? Sorry, I said Avarkin. Avakrin.
Donlock. There you go. All right. I will do it right now in 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
I think that's good.
Nice. All right, yeah. That's it. Thank you guys.